Hi, my name is Donna. I want to welcome you to Balance One, your first workout for ActivMotion Bar Ignite program. We're going to work out today with Lauren and John. So let's go ahead and start with a warm-up. I want you to start walking in place, just marching those knees, holding your ActivMotion bar right here for a little bit of balance. So I'm going to be talking to you about a few things as we're warming up. First of all, check your posture. Make sure that you're standing up as tall as you can. Think about lifting through the top of your head, lengthening your spine. And I want you to pull your belly button back towards your spine. So it's pulled back using those transverse abdominal muscles. Let's go ahead and take it to a side step, side to side. Taking it to the right and left. Again, just holding onto your ActivMotion bar for a little bit of balance, warming up those legs. The other thing I want you to think about as we're working out today is your shoulders. Make sure that your shoulders are down and back. So why don't you roll them down and back just a few times to get used to that feeling so that you're not hunched forward at all while you're working out. Have that nice tall posture, shoulders down and back, belly pulled back towards that spine. I want you to take your legs out to a straddle now, toes slightly turned out, and we're gonna lunge it right and left. Warming up those legs a little bit more. Warming up those knees, the inner thighs, your quad muscles. Good, just side to side. Again, just hang on to that bar for a little bit of balance as you're warming up. It's really good to get those muscles warmed up before we exercise. Good. Excellent. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to grab your ActivMotion bar on these 2 white markers with an overhand grip. You want to make sure that the weights inside are in the middle of the bar and reach it up to the ceiling, back to your chest, down to the floor, and back to your chest. We're just going to do this a few times, warming up those hamstring muscles and your shoulders. Good. Reach for the ceiling and take it down. Good. Nice. Let's go for 4 more. Good. 3 more. You might hear those weights moving around inside your ActivMotion bar a little bit, which is perfectly fine. Give me 2 more. And 1 more, just like this. Good. And then bring your feet together and hold your ActivMotion bar right here in front of your hips, keeping your hips square forward. Just twist your torso side to side, to the right and to the left. You're going to hear those weights shifting around inside. I want you to get comfortable with that feeling because we're going to hear this a lot today as we're moving our ActivMotion bar around, trying to keep some balance, working on some equilibrium. Good. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. Good. 2 more, just like this. 3. Let's go 1 more. Good. Okay, let's get into our first exercise. This one starts down on your mat. So I want you to have a seat on the floor, and you're going to take an overhand grip on these 2 white markers right here. We're going to lay all the way back, keeping our feet on the floor, knees bent, and place that bar right on top of your hip bones. What we're going to do is lift the hips off the mat. Watch me first. We're going to drop the hips and lift them up, squeezing your glutes and your hamstrings as you lift. You're going to keep that bar pressed into your hips the entire time. So go ahead and lift your hips with me. We're going to do 45 seconds. Ready? Let's go. So drop your hips and lift and squeeze those muscles, making sure that that bar is parallel to the floor, that you're pushing against it evenly. This is going to check your equilibrium, your balance, making sure that those weights are not shifting all the way to one side of the bar or the other and staying there. You want to hear those weights moving around just a little bit as they're hovering inside that bar. Keep taking those hips down and lifting them up. Good. You've got about 15 more seconds just like this. Work on squeezing those glutes and those hamstrings as you lift your hips, keeping your hips nice and parallel, checking with that ActivMotion bar. Good. Let's do 2 more just like this. And last one. Good. Go ahead and rest your hips. You're going to sit up and take your ActivMotion bar and place it on the long side of your mat, laying on your side. We're going to line up your forearm with one tip of the bar in a perpendicular position, stacking your legs. I'm going to give you two different versions. This is a side plank. The first version is keeping your top leg stacked on top of the bottom, lifting your hips up with your arm up here. The second version would be bending as a modification, that lower leg, and still lifting that hip off of your mat. So either one, go ahead and get into a position, either both legs or one leg bent. What you're going to do is find that logo in the center of your bar and take your hand, tapping the bar and reaching up. 30 seconds on this side. Ready? Let's go. So tap that logo and reach up. You're going to feel this in your oblique muscles, also in your supporting shoulder. Tap that logo, reaching up. Good. Keep breathing. This takes a lot of balance. You can always bend that bottom knee if you need to for modification. You're going to work the same muscles. Tapping that logo, reaching up to the ceiling. You're doing great. You've got about 5 more seconds. Let's go for one more. Reach and come on down. Let's switch to the other side. So you're going to lay on your other hip. Again, lining that forearm up perpendicular to the end of your ActivMotion bar. Legs either straight, stacked on top of the other, or that bottom leg is bent. Go ahead and get up into your position, lifting that arm up to the ceiling. 30 seconds. Let's go. Tap the logo and reach up. Good. You're reaching down and opening that shoulder. Good. Breathe, keeping your hips lifted off the mat, either both legs straight or that bottom leg bent. Good. Keep breathing. Reach and tap the logo, reaching up. You've got about 10 more seconds left. You're doing great. Keep breathing. Keep balancing. Let's go for one more. Reach and come on down on that hip. Nice job. Our next exercise, we're going to face the front of your mat, grabbing your bar, overhand grip on those 2 white markers, and this one's on your knees. You're going to hold your bar right here at shoulder level, and watch me first. We're going to extend the right leg out to the side, bring it back to a kneeling position, and then alternating with that left leg out to the side and back together. We're doing this exercise for 45 seconds. Ready? Let's go. So tap and back. Good. Reaching that leg out. Good. Trying to keep that bar as parallel to the floor as you can without those weights. Staying at one end or the other, you should feel them shifting around slightly inside your ActivMotion bar. Now I have mine right here. So does John. Lauren has hers above her head, which just adds a little bit more difficulty to that balance. Keep going. You're doing great. Good. Nice. Excellent. Keep going. Good. Breathe. Let's go for 4 more, just like this. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Nice job. All right, let's stand up for our next exercise. And this is called walk the plank. What you want to do is get towards the back of your mat and pretend like you're walking on a plank or a tightrope. This is an overhand grip right on those 2 white markers, standing up as tall as you can, shoulders back. You're going to step forward with that left leg going heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, alternating legs, and then we're reversing, going backwards, like you're walking a plank backwards. You're going to keep that bar parallel to the floor the entire time. We've got 30 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Step. Good. Heel to toe. Now you notice Lauren and I have our bars right at shoulder level. John has his above his head, which just adds a little bit more difficulty. Go forward again. Front. Good. You got it. And reverse. Back. Good. Toe to heel. Forward again. Front. Walking that plank. Nice and even. And back. 4, 3, 2, and take a little rest. Nice. We're going to do another variation of walk the plank. And this one, you're bringing your arms straight out in front of you. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging with your equilibrium, with that balance, keeping those weights steady in the center of your bar. Same thing, 30 seconds, starting with that left leg forward. Here we go. Front. Good. Breathe. And go back. Nice. Keep those arms stretched out in front of you. Keep that bar as steady as you can, as parallel to the floor. Good. And reverse, back. Good. Keep breathing, you're doing great. Forward, step, heel to toe. And go back, last one. Good, nice. And take a little break right there. We're gonna do one more, walk the plank. This one adds a tilt. So you're tilting your active motion bar from side to side. This one, you do want those weights to go from one side of the bar all the way to the other. Those weights are gonna throw you off a little bit with your balance, but that's what's gonna use some challenge in your muscles. Let's start with that left leg, stepping forward, and we're tilting to the left to start. Ready? 30 seconds, here we go. Tilt left, tilt right, good. Tilting side to side, back it up, toe to heel. Feel those weights shifting side to side. Good, that momentum is pulling that bar from one side to the other, challenging your balance. Back, you can do it. Great, nice job. One more time forward. Good. And back it up. Last step. Good. Excellent. And take a little break. Nice job on those. All right, come on up to the front of your mat again. This is another balancing motion, this time on one leg. So what I want you to do is lean forward slightly and extend your active motion bar out in front of you. You're gonna take your right leg, stepping behind you, and lifting that leg up. What we're gonna do is tilt your bar to the right and to the left, to the right and to the left. Now you can have your leg lifted or you can have your toe tap on the floor, either one. 30 seconds, ready? Here we go, tilt right, tilt left. If you need that toe to tap the floor like a kickstand at any time to grab your balance, you go right ahead. Tilt, good. Lengthening your spine, keep that back nice and long. Feeling those weights shifting side to side. Good, you're doing great. You've got about 10 more seconds left. Good, side to side, weights shifting. One end of the bar to the other. Hold that balance. You're doing great. Almost there. One more. And take a little rest. Let's switch to the other leg. Now you're going to balance on the right leg, taking your left leg behind you, tilting forward slightly. Bring that bar out in front, lifting your left leg. Let's tilt to the right first. 30 seconds. Here we go. Tilt. Good. Those weights shifting. Momentum, taking them from side to side. Really have to balance on that right leg. Lots of stabilizing muscles firing right here. Now at any time, if you need to take that left toe on the floor, just to grab some balance, you go right ahead and then see if you can reset back up here. Good. About 5 more seconds left. You can do this. Good. And take a little rest. Nice job. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Our next exercise, we're gonna hold the bar right here at our chest. And this is a reverse lunge with a balance. So what we're gonna do is take that right leg and step back behind you into a lunge position and come up to a balance right here at your knee. So it's a step back and a balance. After 30 seconds of this exercise, we're going to hold this and pulse right here for 30 seconds. Now, you can do this with the bar right here. If you're up for a little bit more of a challenge, you can raise that bar above your head as well. So let's take that right leg back, 30 seconds, ready, let's go. Step lunge, up for a balance. Step lunge, up for a balance. You're keeping that bar parallel to the floor right here. Those weights might be shifting around a little bit. Try to keep it balanced. Good. And breathe. Pulling that belly button back towards your spine. Your shoulders are back. Try not to hunch forward with this. A nice long, tall spine. Good. One more. I want you to hold this last one back right here, and we're gonna pulse right here, 30 seconds of this pulse, keeping your hips tucked under, your shoulders back. Good, breathing, nice tall spine, keeping that bar parallel to the floor. Breathe, good. Keep pulsing, you've got about 10 more seconds left. I know those legs are burning, but you can do this. Keep breathing. Oxygen into those muscles. Whew. Ready? And take a little rest. Good. Whew. All right. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So you've got your active motion bar either here or above your head for a little bit more challenge. We're stepping back with the left leg this time. Ready? Let's go. Step back, up and balance. Step back with that lunge, up and balance. Keeping that bar parallel to the floor. Nice and parallel. Make sure it's not tilting from side to side. Good. Breathing. Nice. Try to get that knee as close to the floor as you can behind you. And up. Good. Now if you need to catch your balance, you can always tap your toe with your ankle. Here instead. Good. Nice. One more. And hold this one back. Right here, we're going to pulse. Right here, pulse lunge. Keeping that bar parallel to the floor. Either right here with me or above your head if you're up for that challenge. Tucking your hips under, shoulders back, belly button pulled back. Keep pulsing. You're doing great. You've got about 10 more seconds. Whew. Those legs are burning. You're doing great. Keep breathing. Nice job. Good. And finish. Excellent. Whew. Shake those legs out. Nice job. Okay, next, we're going to keep those hands in that overhand grip right on those 2 white markers. Leaning forward with this one. What we're going to do is take the right leg, and what we're going to do is lift it and tap it for 30 seconds, just like this, a lift and a tap. Then we're going to hold that leg up and row the arms back, squeezing those upper back muscles, pulling your elbows back for 30 seconds. So a little bit more balance on that one. Okay, start with your feet together, lean forward slightly, extend those arms out, that bar in front of you, take your right toe on the floor, 30 seconds, here we go. Lift and tap. Extending that leg out behind you, lengthening that leg, lengthening your spine, good. Keeping that belly button pulled in, stretch that leg out, good. Nice and slow, you're stabilizing, balancing on that standing leg. Good, you've got about 10 more seconds, just like this. Good. Keep breathing. Nice, now hold that leg up. You're gonna row in and stretch out. Now if you need to at any time, put that toe on the floor as a little kickstand to catch your balance. Otherwise, keep that leg up, keep stabilizing on that standing leg, keeping that bar parallel to the floor. Breathe, stretch out, good. Feeling those weights shifting around slightly, but they're definitely not stuck at one end of the bar. Pull, stretch, good. Let's go for one more, and we're switching legs. Nice job. Whew, I really felt that in the standing leg. Okay, other side. Taking that left leg behind you. Leaning forward, extending those arms out in front of you slightly. We're lifting that back leg up and down, 30 seconds. Here we go. Lift and tap. Lift. Good. Extending that leg out as long as you can, keeping your spine long, lengthening your back, keeping that belly button pulled in. Make sure you're not hunching forward with the shoulders. The shoulders are pulled back, and that bar parallel to the floor. Lift. About 10 seconds left, just like this. You're doing great. Balancing on that right leg. Nice. You can probably feel this in your back muscles strengthening as well. Hold it up right here. Row those arms back, reaching out. Pulling those elbows behind you. You're squeezing your upper back muscles right behind those shoulder blades. Good. Keep stabilizing, balancing on that right leg. If you need to, kickstand right here. Good. If not, keep that leg up, lengthening that leg, stretching out. Good, 5 more seconds, you can do it. Keep going. Let's do one more row and take a little rest. Nice job. Okay, we have one more exercise. This is called a steering wheel squat matrix. With this one, we're gonna start with our feet parallel in a hip width apart position. Overhand grip on those 2 white markers. You're gonna take your right arm up, so the left arm is down. Your bar is now perpendicular to the floor. What we're gonna do is squat down, and then we're gonna step back, swishing directions with that bar, and then back to the front. So you're stepping to the back corner of your mat and then coming back to that squat position. We're doing 30 seconds on this side and then 30 seconds on the other side. Okay, so arms out in front. Take that right side of your bar up and let's step back. Here we go. Step back, squat, and front. Good. Stepping back and front. You're gonna feel those weights, that momentum, taking from one end of the bar to the other. Good. This gets the heart rate up as well. Working on all those core muscles. About 10 seconds left. You can do it. Keep breathing. Good. One end of the bar to the other. Stepping back and squat and take a little rest. Woo! All right, same thing, other side. Keep those feet about hip width apart, arms extended out. This time, the left side goes up. Stepping back to that left corner. 30 seconds, here we go. Step back and front. Good. Feeling those weights going from one end of your active motion bar to the other. Good, you're doing great. Good. Keep going. Nice. Takes a lot of core balance for this. Keep breathing. One end to the other. Good. And let's go for one more back and one more to the front. Nice job. Okay, you've done a great job today. I think we need a little stretch. Let's go ahead and take that active motion bar and just put it into the floor like this, stepping away from your bar. Both hands on your bar. I want you to drop your chest down so your back gets flat like a table. I want you to feel this in the back of your hamstrings, the back of your legs. If you need to, you can step back a little bit further, dropping your chest down more. And then bending one knee and switch to the other. Feel a good stretch in the back of those hamstrings. Take a big deep breath in. Good, nice. All right, stand up. We're gonna stretch your quad muscles first. Holding onto your active motion bar. Grab your right foot behind your back. This is just here for balance. I want you to tuck your hips under. Good, standing up as tall as you can, pulling that right leg back so you feel a nice stretch in the front of your thigh, that quadricep muscle. Breathe. Good, let's switch to the other leg. Pull that left foot behind your back. Again, stand up nice and tall, tucking your hips under, pulling that left leg back. Getting a nice stretch in the front of your leg. Good, big deep breath. All right, let's stretch the side of your hip. I want you to cross your left foot on top of your right knee. Sit down into your hip, opening that left knee out to the side. So you get a nice stretch in the side, lengthening your spine, keeping those shoulders pulled back so you're not hunching forward. Working that nice, tall, long spine. Nice, and switch to the other side. Cross that right foot on top of the left knee. Sit down into your hip. Again, use that active motion bar for a little bit of balance. Open that right knee all the way out to the side as far as you can. Sitting down deeper, lengthening your spine. Good, keep breathing. And then last, let's stretch those inner thighs. So feet out to a wide straddle. Your toes turn slightly out. Let's lunge to the right. Stretching that left leg straight out to the side. Feeling a nice stretch in the inner thigh on that left side. Again, lengthening your spine. And switch to the other side. Lunge to the left. Stretching that right leg out. Inner thigh stretch right there. Good. Come on back to the center. Well, you did a great job today. Nice hard work. Thanks for coming and working out with us for our balance workout active motion bar. We'll see you next time.